Hello, there you go. Took me a second to turn off the music, but big ups for tuning in. Whoever we have got in chat, glimpses here for that is for a fact. Hull also play Cardiff away, so 2 big games. Yes, big game for you. Incoming glimpse, Southampton, and like you rightly say, Cardiff. So, good luck to you in one of them, the whole one. No offense to Chelsea, but the more points they drop, the better it is for us. But yeah, Southampton should be a win for you guys. To be fair, let's have a look at the Premier League right now. So let's get a lineup builder going. Yeah, Southampton 20th. Big up, Isaac. Welcome to the chat. Big ups. How you doing? Predictions for Hull vs Cardiff. Both on the same points. A 2-1 Hull win. Yeah, let me know your thoughts ahead of this game. Are we confident? Are we a bit nervous? Have the lads got it in their locker to get it done? Or Tottenham just going to show their class, which they've done a lot this season. Well, against us they definitely have. But yeah, feel free to let me know what we're thinking. This is a big game. Not in my locker. Anyway, I'll show you my screen now. Why did you copy my Hull 2-1 prediction? I reckon you copied me, Glimpse. So I had this whole game on my mind all weekend. I was thinking, yeah, 2-1 against Cardiff. That's right. And I reckon I must have let it slip at one point. You were like, this guy knows ball. I'm going to take that prediction. Alright, but here is the screen, so we can have a look at this. I was getting pretty hyped about Cambiasso because I was told he's can sell a bit more physicality. But isn't Cambiasso also injury prone? He was injured in December and January, and now again. We can have a look at Cambiasso. Why not? Why on earth not? It's not going to hurt anyone, is it? But I'm crying over the fact that we didn't sign Joao Neves. He would have been perfect. João Neves, the guy that used to be at Wolves, guy in Saudi now. Interesting one. Always thought that he'd go to the top level, but never quite happened. Yeah, I'm sure when Man City was playing in UCL and big game, you you must be thinking about the whole next game. Yeah, you know me, Glimpse. Always got my mind on all the games. Always. Anyway, let's start with our predicted 11 for Tottenham, shall we? We'll have a look at Cambiasso later, briefly, but let's have a look at this first. We'll start with Edison. I think Edison's basically nailed on. I don't see Ortega really getting in much more this season. Saudi? No, I mean the one from PSG. Oh, sorry, I was thinking of Ruben Neves. Sorry, my bad. Yes. Yeah, we wanted him, didn't we? Yeah, we had him eyed up. Yeah, I mean, he was clearly a top player. PSG swooped on him and beat everyone to him, essentially. So, fair play to PSG, I suppose. Oh, Blinkeneck. I haven't even got the predicted 11 on screen there. There you go. Feel free to have a look at that. Let me know who you think should go where. Just whilst I set up the poll. Big ups to everyone tuning in, by the way. Let's have a look at it. Brighton vs Bournemouth is a big game. I'm sure we both would rather Brighton win, as Bournemouth are in top 4 race. There we can agree on. We can most definitely agree on that. Is it home Brighton? Are Brighton playing at home? They are. That'll help us in some shape or form. But hey, look, Bournemouth, great team. So not underestimating them. Yeah, Bournemouth could go 4th if they win. Albeit with a game in hand, teams ahead of them, but we got Tottenham to play, and you decide whether we'll win that. Tottenham have had 3 wins in a row now. In the league, so they're coming in on a little bit of good form. Who would want to play for PSG? Apparently João Neves. Probably a lot of French people too, because PSG are like the big dogs. If Brighton win, they'll be sneaking into the top 4 race. As crazy as it sounds, they're just 3 points off Chelsea. I really hope Tottenham beat you, but I can't see it. Lad, don't write Tottenham off. Don't matter what form they're in, they can pull a result against us. Genuinely. Don't write them off when it comes to us. Any other game in the league, yeah, I agree with you. But against us, they love us. They saved their best performances for us. I mean, look at it. They beat us 4-0. And then that was their only win. Then the last 9 games or whatever. So when it comes to us, you can't underestimate them. Centre-back pairing for this game. I think you go Diaz and Kusanov. Or maybe you go... sorry, I know this is going to look a bit funky now. You could go with this. Because Kusanov did play right back against Real Madrid and, in my opinion, didn't actually do too bad. I believe it was one of my man of the matches. Definitely Vardiol here. Got so sad when players and like João Neves and Kvaratskhelia joined PSG. Yeah. Pro League is the most boring league in the world, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, PSG are the best by a mile. I know people say the same for Bundesliga, but at least they've got teams like Dortmund and now more recently a bit Leverkusen. Why not just rest one of them? Spurs are terrible. Because, Isaac, I don't think we're in that position. Here's the league table. I know the 12th, and I know they've not been having the best of seasons so far. But look, number 1, City fans all know what Tottenham are like when it comes to playing us. They will perform against us. It's just typical of them. You can't write them off against us. They'll get the double over us, even if they're in the Championship somehow. So, look, you can't write Tottenham off. And look, they've got decent players, and the international break is right around the corner. The day to rest players is Plymouth. Okay, which we should. Rest players versus Plymouth. It means we're getting a big break ahead of this one. Okay. And then if you're worried about playing people here, big break until this too. A 7-day break. And then if you're worried about this, it's like 2 weeks. So this is the last game. Yes, I absolutely hate Spurs. Get rid of them. I like following Strasbourg in League as owners, same as Chelsea, and the manager's ex-Hull manager. There is also Conference League spot, which is very good. Yes, Spurs aren't that terrible. It's pretty simple to win against Spurs. Pep knows what to do. Here comes Kulusevski having his best game since he's gone missing since the 4-0 Etihad win. 5-2 Spurs. Wasn't it 4-0 last time at the Etihad? Yeah, I mean, look, you can't write off Tottenham. Don't Tottenham have the most injuries? Romero, Dragusin, Van der Ven, Solanke. Yeah, but they had those injuries when they played us. Vicario played with a broken ankle and we couldn't score against him. Let that sink in. And look, I know we're better now than we were back then, but we are certainly not anywhere near our top level. We can't treat Spurs like pushovers when they are like they got one of the best league records against us, especially if Haaland doesn't play. Good news is apparently he's been training back to the norm recently, so it's looking like he's going to be available. Fingers crossed. Anyway, so we'll jump back over to the lineup builder now. Share this tab instead. This is the back four I've got so far. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know if there's any disagreements there. Welcome to the chat. This is Sissy, by the way. I don't think I gave you a proper welcome. But yeah, big ups for tuning in. Think you got to go Nico here. Spurs had a backline of Porridge, Dragusin, Gray, and someone else in the back. I think Ben Davies started against us. I might be wrong, but I could have sworn it was Ben Davies. Yeah, I'll have a look at the Tottenham game now. As much as that pains me. See where they started. Here we go. Tottenham. Backline. Udogie at left back, who I believe got injured. Ben Davies, Dragusin, and Porro. And Vicario, who played with a broken ankle for most of it. I probably underestimate Spurs. They're going to clap us tomorrow. In all fairness, your recent losses have been PSG, Arsenal, Real Madrid times 2, Liverpool. They are tough teams. To be fair, yeah. Okay, which is what I think people need to kind of let sink in. We're having a bad season. Okay, and we're playing some of the best teams. So losing against these guys does look bad. Of course it does. 4-2, 5-1, 2-0 at home. A 3-2 loss in the last minute, a 3-1 dominant performance by Madrid. Those all look bad, but they are some of the better teams in the world right now. So we have to take that on the chin the best we can. Time for Spurs to do black magic against us tomorrow. Yep, they'll perform. Here comes Kulusevski and Son having their good game for the first time since the last time they played City. Yeah, they're getting ready to cook us, aren't they? They must be licking their lips, putting on their nice boots. Look, I don't want to see De Bruyne start today. Tomorrow at night even. We'll see who we put alongside him there. I think you go Marmouche. Okay, I'm assuming Haaland is fit going into this, by the way. I think he goes Savinio. Again, what winger do we fancy? Because I think you definitely go Doku Savinio for this. I think they're brilliant against Madrid. How did you only beat Southampton 1-0? I think that was kind of where like our poor performances kind of started, to be honest. The Southampton 1-0, despite it being a win. Am I the only one who's looking forward to the Plymouth game or the Spurs game? We're going to see Echeverry play, recent Echeverry play. Yeah, I'm excited for that, but obviously got my eyes on this one, and then we can start looking at that one. But yeah, I'm excited for that. Pep said Rico Lewis is a fantastic defender. So yep, you're defending. He's a good player, but when does he defend? Yeah, he has a couple of defensive moments. He's not elite. He's not elite. Ruben Diaz on his good day is elite. You know? That's what elite is. Colin getting out. Ake's going to get injured, so will Doku. Man, if Doku can't complete two sets in 90 minutes of football at like 9th, and in 2 sets in 90 minutes of football without getting injured, then we need to have a look at ourselves. We kind of need to win. We'll be 8th if we lose with Forest next. Yeah, we need to win this. You know, we have to find a way. You obviously slip Haaland up top, don't you? Who do you play alongside Nico? Because the options aren't pretty. De Bruyne, Kova, Gundo, Bernardo. Although knowing Pep, Gundo will probably start the central attacking midfielder because he can do that. I think out of all those, Kova might be the best one. I think he's the least likely to have a bozo moment and probably the most likely to actually do something. But look, obviously we're not spoiled for choice there. Spurs is so bad from counter, no way you'll lose to them. Lad, they turn up against us. Come on. Are we asleep? You know, you said about Man City and Tottenham's recent track record. Last season looks like is an anomaly. Okay, every other season, treble season, lost home and away to them. Oh wait, no, we beat them once in treble season. Okay, but despite it, at their own ground, we couldn't beat them. And they were 2-0 up at the Etihad in the treble season. We had to turn it around in the second half. In season before that, Jack Grealish's first season, we lost home and away. Definitely that time. I believe Harry Kane scored a last-minute goal in one of them. I believe Son scored in a 1-0 win, match day 1 of the season. You just can't guess it with Spurs. You just can't. You really can't. They were made to cook us. Let me know if you change anything on that starting 11. Kusanov has come in as our best defender, shown everyone up. He's actually playing well, you know, and it's showing that in a bad game for the team, you know, you can still individually have a good game. I thought it was class against Liverpool. You know, he won the ball more times than anyone else on that Premier League weekend, not just in that game. For the whole weekend, he won more than anybody else in terms of winning the ball back. Some of the blocks he put in, some of the tackles are just great. Push him forward with his great pace and then tracking back with it too. He basically he was so good, you know. So good. And just found it crazy that pundits were dissing him and all that. Especially Mika. Unreal scenes. Now then, I said that we'd have a look at Cambiasso because someone asked. I think it was Isaac. So we'll have a quick look at Cambiasso now. Hopefully no McDonald's ad jumps me. Here we go. So we wanted to have a look at this guy's injury record, right? So, yep, this season he's picked up, this is his third injury. So, 4 games out, and don't know how long this one's going to be. Stress the reaction of the bone. Well, I think, to be honest, if I'm going to be honest, these are all the same, okay? Don't know if that's a reoccurring injury or if that's just them rushing him back. To be honest, I don't know if that's him getting rushed back, or if it's just a recurring injury, because it could very well be rushing back, stress reaction of the bone. Okay, probably means it wasn't fully healed from the ankle problems. Compare it to Frimpong. Hey, look, I think we'd all kind of appreciate Frimpong. I believe this guy's got a pretty nice release clause somewhere. Frimpong. Also, you gotta remember, this guy's not super duper defensive to my knowledge. He's a bit more of a midfielder. Right mid, he can play right back, but like you said, he played twice there this season. He plays a bit more of a right mid for them. He played at the Captain once. So, I mean, but we will have a look because Frimpong is or has been a right back. Yeah, to be fair, injury record is pretty great. 50 mil. Yeah, I believe he's got a 35 million release clause. For 35 million, it's definitely not a bad investment if you ask me. He's a good age, 24, 25 this year, late on. So it's not a bad one to look at in the summer. I'll bring us back to this now. See if City Extra put any news up. Let's have a look. City Extra. See if there's any news. Share this tab. Look. Good impact for the time of training they've had. Really good. Mamouche as well. Nico played less, but they seem really good. Of course, Vital Hayes, when he has minutes, will be in a good level. So let's scroll a bit. So this is the press conference for Spurs. A decision on Haaland's availability will be known later, says Pep. Tonight we'll know it after training. I hope so, but I don't know yet. He feels better in the last 2 games. He could not play, so we'll see tomorrow. So no injury update. High opinion about him. Try not to judge results. You have to see the ideas. Sometimes it's going well, sometimes not so much. But I have a high opinion. De Bruyne and his future. He's an exceptional player, was and is, and hopefully will be. What's going to happen mainly belongs to him and the club. So it kind of seems to be out of his hands in terms of his future. He could probably have a talk with De Bruyne, try to see if he can convince him to stay, if it comes to that. But yeah, other than that, he doesn't really get to have any other impact. Fantastic team with individual quality that they've always had. Rhythmic play with the intensity, incredible runners in transition. But I've seen lately they're a little bit more pause in the final third, more extra passes. Results dictate things. But in my opinion, their team is the complete opposite. Man City rebuild is the toughest challenge of his managerial career. No, we've done it already. After 9 years, it's not the same team we started with 9 years ago. We've done it 2 or 3 times already. It's not the biggest challenge. The challenge I had was when I started my managerial career with my staff and a lot of tasks to do when we were together and proving myself as a staff that we could do it. All right, so speaking about a little bit on the rebuild there. Why did we loan Maximo Perone? Didn't he only get about 18 minutes or something? Don't know. Must have thought that he wasn't going to get a lot of minutes here, so loaned him out to Como, and yeah. Just mentioned the signings. Since he arrived at Manchester City, he's been really, really good. The guy that people think is not a good defender, but is an exceptional defender. So smart, intelligent. Of course, physicality is not like a typical defender in his country, but he's really good, especially with the ball. He gives us a lot of good things. He makes the game better since he arrived, and not just in that period, but he won a lot of titles for an early age. His impact has been really good. And yeah, we'll get more on that at 10:30. But yeah, that seems to be everything. Well, that's the press conference. And we'll move back here now. Look, thank you all for tuning in. In terms of my score prediction, I always like to go positive, so I'm going to go for 1-0 Man City win. I'm not going to go much. Just going to say 1-0. Take it. I think it's going to be a boring game otherwise, but we'll see. Thank you all for tuning in. Big ups to you all. Big ups for liking the stream. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow on the live watch along, hopefully. See ya.